Chances are, your house is currently decorated with an assortment of pumpkins, many of which have faces carved into their flesh and a light flickering in their empty gutted cavities. But how did this odd practice become a Halloween tradition? Well, it likely all goes back to a drunken Irishman named Stingy Jack. Because of his sinful lifestyle, Jack was refused entrance into heaven. But hell didn't want him either, as he'd already tricked the devil several times when the Dark Lord had tried to take his soul several years earlier. So Jack was condemned to roam the night with only a hollowed-out rutabaga containing a small ember to light his way. This story from an 1836 Dublin newspaper is likely where the modern jack-o'-lantern got its name. And sightings of will-o'-the-wisps, ghostly lights seen flickering over peat bogs, swamps, and marshes by travelers at night, were often said to be sightings of Jack and his root vegetable candle. By the way, will-o'-the-wisps are real, but we now know that they're the result of various chemicals like methane, which are created by decaying plant matter and spontaneously ignite on contact with oxygen. People living in Ireland and much of what we now refer to as Great Britain had long celebrated Samhain, a Gaelic festival commemorating the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. It was believed to be a time when the barrier between our world and the spirit world thinned, allowing spirits to spill over. The souls of the dead were thought to visit their previous homes looking for food, and it wasn't long before people began dressing in ghostly costumes and going from house to house in search of tasty treats. Gee, I wonder what that reminds me of. As this was a pre-electrified world, revelers would frequently carry carved root vegetables with coals or candles inside of them as makeshift lanterns. Some of these carved lanterns were also placed on windowsills to ward off spirits intent on entering the house. Later, when Irish immigrants landed in the United States, they brought these legends with them and began carving jack-o'-lanterns from the larger and more readily available winter squash. The most popular of which is the pumpkin. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay curious, my friends.